One thing that I wanted to say real quick is that I'm glad that Treyarch or Activision or whoever is finally deciding to add some of these cheaper bundles to the game. There's this one here for buy-in, it's only like 1,200 COD points, and then there's another one for Stone where it's him in like a snow gear outfit, and this one's only like 1,300 COD points. I'm just glad that they're finally starting to add some of these to the game, because back in like MW19 and Cold War, for example, they had a lot of these cheaper bundles in the game, and it was one of those things where the 2,400 plus bundles were always reserved for like the elite skins, you know what I mean, like the top brass, whereas now 2,400 almost seems like the lower echelon, and most of them are like 2,800 to 3,000. But you know, I just wanted to say that I'm glad that they're actually adding some of these cheaper ones to the game. And you know, if you're one of those people where you like bundles but you don't necessarily feel like shelling out like $28 to $30 for some of these, might not be a bad idea to pick some of these up if you have some spare COD points that you're sitting on. If you've been wanting to pick up a bundle just to kind of show Activision, like, yeah, you know, we want some of these cheaper bundles in the game, or we at least just want them on average to be a bit cheaper. Because again, you know, there's been some examples of them making them a little bit cheaper in some instances, like this one, the Ultra Skin Transcendent one, like that one's only 2,000, and that one's like a really sick skin. Same here with the Road Reaper one. This one's really sick, and it's only like 2,000 COD points. But then you have some of these where it's like 1,500 COD points for like two blueprints that are kind of like whatever in the grand scheme of things. Like the Tonto is a pretty good gun, but then you got one for the AEK, and that's just sort of like that. All right, you know, you got some other stuff in here, but like $15, 1,500 COD points. I don't know about all that. More of these cheaper ones, please. I stand by what I said before when it comes to the bundles. I feel like in terms of how they're priced from the perspective of a Warzone player, because if you look at literally any other free-to-play game, the bundles in the shop cost basically the exact same as they would in something like, say, Fortnite. So when you're like viewing it from the free-to-play perspective, it makes sense. But you know, for somebody like me, or you know, anybody else that pays for either the standard edition of the game, which is $70, or the Vault edition of the game, which is $100, or even if they just pay for Game Pass, you know, Game Pass Ultimate is $20 per month, which you do that over the course of a year, that's $240. Obviously, you get access to other games with that, but if your main game is Black Ops 6, you know, if you're playing on Xbox, you have to kind of pay for Game Pass anyway if you want access to this to be able to play online. So yeah, you know, it's like $240 right there, or even on PC Game Pass, $12, it's $144 a year. You know, I feel like for people that either have access to Black Ops 6 or have outright paid for the game, they should get bundles that maybe a discount, or maybe even if they just give them like a coupon or two, you know what I mean, where it's like, hey, you bought Black Ops 6, get 50% off of whatever bundle that you want, or get 50% off of 3 bundles, or maybe there's like a permanent discount of like, okay, you bought the game, you get 10% off any bundle. It's a small discount, but you know, even small things like that go a long way. I'm not like those other rage-baiting COD YouTubers that are like, oh man, look at all these bundles in the store, you know, sitting here getting all mad about something that they don't actually care about, just trying to get people worked up to boost their own engagement. And I do gotta say, you know, I like the bundle system. I like the way that they have things laid out. You know, you pick up a bundle, you get a cool skin, you get a couple cool guns. I wish there was like more universal camos or something that maybe you could get inside of these bundles rather than just one specific blueprint for one weapon, you know what I mean? But you know, I mean, it is what it is. The individual guns are still cool, and I guess if they do it that way rather than just doing a camo, it kind of allows them to make the weapons a bit crazier and more personalized. So I like the bundle system, and clearly they're not going anywhere. So, you know, I just feel like a happy medium for people like me that have paid for the full game would be to either make the bundles cheaper outright, or give them a bundle, or, you know, maybe like if they buy the game, they get a free bundle, or they get a discount on a few of them, or maybe a permanent discount, you know what I mean? I know all that was kind of random, but, you know, that's just something that's been on my mind, so I figured might as well just say it, because, yeah, I mean, I do that any other time, right? As I sit here yapping like there's no tomorrow.